Good morning. It is a beautiful day here in North Carolina, and today I want to talk about the American Ornithological Society changing the bird names. They're going to change about 70 species of birds from names of people to a more descriptive name of them. One species that they're talking about changing is the Lincoln sparrow. Now, a misnomer about the Lincoln sparrow is that the Lincoln sparrow was named after the 16th president of the United States. The fact of the matter is that it was named after John Audubon's son's friend who happened to have the name of Lincoln. And I think that's I think most of these animals were named after people who discovered these animals because that person meant something to them. There are several birds that are named after Confederate generals and other people who were involved in the genocide of the tribal people in the United States, and less to do with conservation or preserving these animals here. Now, one of the objections that you hear a lot about this is that we're somehow rewriting history. We're changing things that are now offensive. We're using our standards right now for what's right and wrong and imposing that on what happened in the past. And I don't think that's a valid argument. I think that saying that it's wrong to own slaves, as John Audubon did, is wrong. And simply saying, well, he was such an important figure in the conservation of birds, we can kind of ignore this fact or acknowledge this fact, but still recognize what he did. And I don't think that's a valid argument. We don't say to somebody, you're a murderer and then you did something good. We don't say, well, we count this good part much more than we count the bad part. That's really not a valid argument. I also believe that there's a lot of economic reasons why we don't change names of, such as the Audubon Society, because I think it would be a huge issue for people to fundraise saying, oh, we're the Audubon Society, but now we're the Bird Alliance. And explaining that to people is taking away energy and time from why we're raising money for conservation. I also believe that's not a valid argument. These people that these birds were named after some of these people were conservationists. They were people that were heavily involved in conservation. And some of these people were just people that the person who discovered the bird just liked. I mean, like I said before, many of these birds are named after Confederate generals who were actively involved in a civil war in the United States that killed over 750,000 people and was instrumental in the persecution of a minority group in the United States. But I think the number one reason why we need to change these birds' names is inclusion. One thing that I kind of get very frustrated with is that the vast majority of people that are involved in hiking, who are involved in birding, who are involved in other conservation acts, the vast majority of them are white people. And just having one group of people involved in conservation is not a good thing. We need to have, our organization should represent the greater community of our society. And I think that it doesn't represent that. And because it doesn't represent that, its importance in our society is lessened by that. And that's why I think it's important that we change the names of these birds and our organization so that it becomes more inclusive and includes more people in our society. So after trying to make this video about 10 times, I've come to this as my best point that I can make. So I want to thank you for watching. If you got anything out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel because that really helps us in the YouTube world. Become a Patreon supporter. Your support allows us to keep doing this. My name is Leahy. I want to thank you for watching.